What's happening, everyone? Volatility is in full swing. Bitcoin is just annihilating both shorts and long positions. What can we do to stay safe in the market? I'm going to go over some price action analysis and just that in this video today. So thanks for joining. If you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button, and I really do appreciate any comments you guys have. It helps me create content for future videos, as well as just grow the channel in general and reach more people that want to learn how to day trade. So without further ado, let's just jump on into the charts and see what Bitcoin is up to this afternoon. So actually, just a quick little view here. This is my Ethereum long from today. So it just goes to show, even in a raging downtrend and mass volatility, you can still be very profitable as a trader. Whether you're long or short, you can take advantage of these volatile swings. So we're going to go over something in the background on higher time frame that shows that maybe the volatility and liquidations to the upside and downside aren't quite finished yet. So there is the Ethereum trade today. As you can see, I had this boundary drawn on the weekly time frame that I wanted to test. Now, this was a zone that we previously broke out of and never yet retested. We only have been finding support on this ascending trend line that has now been broken. So the most logical point to test is around the 2K area, where we initially kind of broke out of the former range many months ago, actually years ago now. It's crazy. So moving on from Ethereum and back onto the Bitcoin price analysis on the weekly time frame, this actually is creating what could be quite a nasty setup. And I say that because we've had extremes on volatility for over a month now, and price is finally breaking a range. Yes, we did have this nice wick and closure inside of the range, but immediately following that, we're back outside of the range. So this could come all the way down to its breakout point and still maintain bullish structure if it consolidates, holds this as support, flips this zone that was resistance, back tests it as support, so kind of comes down to this region and then goes back up. That's still maintaining bullish structure. Essentially, that'll create a lot of boredom, and a lot of market participants will leave during a phase like this, and that's exactly when larger hedge funds and big players are going to be accumulating to send price higher in the future. So just be mindful that the market could essentially get quite boring and still be in a bull market, per se. Like, look what happened over the course of these several months. We were sideways for half a year before breaking out. So keep in mind, Bitcoin sometimes gets quite boring. Actually, just while I'm drawing things on the chart, like, you guys might have to go back to McDonald's here, because that's what okay, all jokes aside. Going down to the daily time frame now, there's not much else we can say that's different from previous videos, but we did try to retest and reclaim this breakdown zone, which is the deviation play I was looking for to go long. However, we did not get 3 consecutive closures inside this range. We didn't back test it on lower time frame. We just bled straight through the next day. And usually, Trump tweets, you get a pump in the market. If price retraces immediately upon news, it's kind of just engineered liquidity for larger money at play, for more market manipulators, so to speak. So be very cautious on leverage size and position size when you see things like this going on in the market. It is designed to flush you out, so you want to create buy levels and stick to them with minimal leverage, and stick to kind of safe position sizes and manage your risk reward accordingly. Also, none of what I say is financial advice, but I do recommend these things just to try to stay safe in the market. Same with my Ethereum trade. That's just my trade, and should you see something in the market, take advantage of it yourself. I encourage you to act on it, but don't act on my words alone. So moving on from that, Where could price action go next for Bitcoin? We go down to the 4-hour time frame. We can see that we have on our market cipher here, money flow is starting to curve upwards. We do have kind of this trigger wave in momentum followed by a nice little short wave, aka a buy signal. We have a low here, we have a higher low followed by we also have RSI climbing up after we had this divergence in RSI. As price was creating lower lows, RSI was actually creating higher lows. As you can see, 1, 2, 3 drives, 1, 2, 3 lower lows. So 3 drives of bullish divergence, a higher low. That is essentially a signal for a reversal, possibly formation of an uptrend, and hopefully reclamation of this former daily zone that we were looking at. Essentially, these last 2 days here of price action, you can just ignore. It's kind of a blip on the chart. I wouldn't really call it a rejection of this zone unless we come back up and curl over. Then I would be looking bearish and looking for lower prices, looking to kind of fill more of the body of this green square that I've drawn. So that's to see if we get that in the coming days. Hopefully this bounce holds. In the meantime, we do want to see bullish structure on the RSI hold. And when we go back to the weekly time frame, keep in mind that the BBWP, once this starts expanding, which it could do essentially this period, this week, we could get a quite a nasty volatile move, as if we haven't already gotten volatile moves. We could get a lot more kind of wicks to the up and downside, flushing out leveraged players. So just keep in mind where we are on this RSI trend line. Oftentimes price does interact or bounce off this region, as we can see many times in the past. Bounce, bounce, bounce. And we're coming back down into this region now. So if RSI forms a nice little bottom here, to me that's maintaining bullish structure on the weekly. Then you could see a nice wick back inside the range, and then you could see price start to climb back up. So that's what we have to look forward to on the bullish side of things. But as always, we just look at statistics and got rid of something I don't want to get rid of. We look at this on a statistical basis. We don't look at it as certainties, rather probabilities. So keep that in mind when trading. And one last thing, let's just jump over to Ethereum. Ethereum also here has a nice curvature on the money flow and a nice little buy signal here. I actually started off the day short because of the tariff news and quickly found out that essentially there was a lot of volume coming in. Big money was buying and pushing the price back up, absorbing all of the sellers. When I talk to essentially friends and family, they're very concerned, they're very scared in the market, they're fearful, they're selling based off panic. Again, I really just act the opposite. You know, I don't follow people's panic selling, and I much rather just buy the dip in such circumstances and just average your way in. That way you stay safe in the market. And again, minimum leverage, unless you're just doing scalps, then you can kind of judge your position size on that. So that's my rant for the day, and just going to zoom myself back in. Really do appreciate anyone following and subscribing and liking and commenting and all that stuff. It's really been quite a journey for me so far on YouTube, and I just want to share that appreciation back to you guys. And hopefully we can keep growing together and keep learning about crypto and just improving our trade skill set together. So really appreciate all of you that have joined the channel. Drop a like, drop a comment, and I'll get back to you. Peace.